we're here in
normal everyday existence of like right-wing weirdos looks so scary. So I don't even know what he's going to do with Laura Loomer, who already looks like a terrifying figure, right? Laura Loomer already normally just looks like a horror show. You were exhausted, weren't you, after that Professor Chung interview? Yes. It's because he has it's tough. It's tough to compete with the top mind of our generation, okay? Professor Chung is the top mind of our generation. So obviously having a conversation with someone demonstrating such high-level ideas is always going to be difficult, okay? That's it. That's why I was trying to keep up with how fast his mind was working. And, you know, he mocked me. He brain mocked me. He and you're in it? Hell yeah, we'll watch that too.
In Moroun, Michigan, and I've got the incredible President Shawn Fain of the UAW. President Fain?
Hey, it's awesome to be here. Look, the reason why we endorsed Abdul El-Sayed for Congress, we got to have fighters in Washington, D.C. for working class people. The working class in this country has been left behind. We've been left behind by corporate greed and by a billionaire and now trillionaire class that's out of control. You know, workers are left fending for themselves, trying to live paycheck to paycheck, can't afford the housing, can't afford to live. That's what this fight's all about. If we're going to win this back, working class people got to elect people that understand the fight, understand what this is all about, and that's why we're backing Abdul for Congress. So let's get behind him.
Hell yeah.
Let's keep winning.
You heard it right here. Now look, those exact corporate...
Dog, how tall is Shawn Fain, by the way? Is Shawn Fain like around my height? I've never been around him physically. So it's kind of shocking. Is he taller than me?
Politicians are coming with huge amounts of money through all their dirty scheme PACs to try and buy this election. We've had $20 million spent already.
No, dude.
We're getting outspent $200.
That's not Shawn Fain, okay? That's the other Shawn. Shawn Fain would never. Shawn Fain would never speak the RNC. Are you kidding
me? Makes all the difference. Help us. Look, this is a movement of the money against the many. That's the UAW. That's Bernie Sanders. That's the nurses. And that's you. So I hope you'll join us. Drop us.
That I saw last night. So if you recall, we watched seconds long. It's one of my favorite Haley Stevens videos of all time. It turns out.
Trucks
Let's just watch
moving
this
back
and
and forth from the Motor City to Canada, moving our economy forward. This bridge is open. It's owned by Donald Trump's biggest donor, Moroun.
This bridge is open. It's owned by Donald Trump's biggest donor, Moroun. I love her, okay? What gives?
They're collecting tolls with every passing. But wait a minute, look over here. The Michigan-made, Canada-paid Gordie Howe Bridge.
Gordie
Not
Howe.
open. Why? Because Donald Trump will sell out our country to the highest bidder. Michiganders, when I'm your senator, this corruption will stop. And see, Abdul, it's more than...
She ends it with, see, Abdul, it's more than two sentences. Well, it turns out this video that just got uploaded 22 hours ago is almost identical to Abdul's video from February 23rd. Now, it turns out everyone has shown these two bridges, right? It's kind of crazy. Everyone that's running for office in Michigan, including the Republican Mike Rogers, has their own version of this video. And it's beautiful to watch. You can watch Mallory McMorrow's version, you can watch Abdul El-Sayed's version, and you can watch Mike Rogers' version to develop a better understanding of how they message around these issues or what their ideology is. Now, it's a fucking big deal. It's billions of dollars that we're talking about, right? A lot of commerce, okay? Moving the Motor City. Yeah, for Michiganders, it's a big fucking deal. Oh, she would never say fucking. Okay? But I find it really funny that she even brings up Abdul at the end of her speech, and yet Abdul
It came to pass, the Maroons realized that they could not let this happen. Should this other bridge, another opportunity open, it would mean that the Maroons would go from making billions and billions of dollars to making just billions of dollars. And of course, they could not let that happen. So what did they do? They called their benefactor, One, Donald Trump, a would-be king, holding office in a White House with now a very large ballroom. To protect his benefactors and their billions of billions, he stopped the Gordie Howe Bridge from opening. So what is the lesson to be learned from this, children? That we need to get money out of politics, put money back in your pocket, and pass Medicare for all.
Okay, over here, we have the Ambassador Bridge. Trucks, freight, moving back and forth from the motors. This bridge is open. It's owned by Donald Trump.
Oxford Union speech. Why would I have watched that?
Biggest donor, Maddie Moroun.
No, I'm too busy watching. Look, chatter, who keeps asking me, have you seen Julian Casablanca's Oxford Union speech? Do you want to know why I'm not watching that? Because I'm too busy. When I go offline, when I end the broadcast, a lot of you think like I'm reading books or whatever, or maybe, reading articles, trying to develop like a better understanding of things I'm going to be talking about. No, it's none of those things. I'm watching Haley Stevens videos on repeat. Okay? Yeah. I'm watching Haley Stevens on repeat say, biggest donor, Maddie Moroun, Trump's biggest donor. I love that. I love her. I really do. I mean, she's such a freak about Israel, obviously, but it's becoming a new stem for me, new vocal stem for me.
They're collecting tolls with every passing. But wait a minute, look over here. The Michigan-made, Canada-paid Gordie Howe Bridge.
So yeah, I mean, she stole his flow. It'd be harmless convergent evolution if she hadn't signed off the video acting like this was proof she's super smart and has original thoughts all the time. Yeah, it's really funny.
Gives. What gives?
That's my favorite. What gives?
What gives?
What gives? So who has the McMorrow one though? Because apparently Mallory McMorrow made the exact same video, and so did Mike Rogers.
The Gordie Howe Bridge is finished, but Donald Trump won't open it because the billionaire family that owns the other bridge gave him $1 million. I'm Mallory McMorrow, and I've got one message for the president: open this damn bridge. And you better believe I approve this message.
I'll say it, doing his best Zoran impression, McMorrow. I've got one message for you, Donald Trump. See, Abdul, I can string 2 sentences together. Yeah, I mean, as far as concise messaging goes, McMorrow's is probably the most concise. Haley Stevens is a lot more real sounding, clearly not trying to Syed is very clearly not trying to read like a script or anything. He's just, freestyling. But let's take a look at my goat on the other side, Michael Rogers. Okay, because it's clear-cut corruption, right? Maddie McMorrow, or Maddie, what was his name? Not God damn it. What's his name? Maddie. All right. Trump's biggest donor, Maddie Moroun, has obviously demanded the Trump administration to stop the opening of this bridge that will obviously compete with their private bridge. So it's clear cut quid pro quo. Republican billionaires that are campaign mega donors, Donald Trump, just like disrupting Michiganders from making more money, disrupting Michiganders from engaging in commerce. It's totally, it's unbelievable. It's totally unacceptable. Everyone's made that same message be known. Now let's hear how the Republican is covering it.
Today at the Gordie Howe Bridge. Gordie was known as one of the toughest guys in hockey. And we need to be as tough at stopping Chinese cars coming over that bridge as Gordie Howe was on the ice. Over the last 8 years, with 2 Democrat senators in Washington, we've lost over 40,000 manufacturing jobs in Michigan. That has to stop. Send me to Washington. I'll get this bridge open. I'll protect our auto jobs. And guess what, Michigan? We're going to have a growing Michigan manufacturing. Let's get to work.
Interesting. Interesting. He doesn't mention why the bridge is not open yet. That shit might work on voters, sadly. Yeah, he's like, I'm going to stop Chinese cars from coming over this bridge. Okay. Strange, but fine. Okay. I mean, that will, trade protectionism is certainly something that works, especially in Michigan. It's one of the few places that has like a robust industrial base that remains in America. The automobile manufacturers. The problem for our boy Mike Rogers here is, of course, the UAW has endorsed Abdul al-Sayed. So good luck to him trying to make this argument, even amongst the rank and filers, especially when Abdul al-Sayed also has the aesthetics down pat, which many rank and filers that could find themselves in the throes of reactionary sentiment would potentially would potentially vote for someone like Abdul on the aesthetic grounds. Shannon Watts is posting her W's. Yeah, I saw that. She's highlighting Hen Mazik, an Israel propagandist, by the way. Hen Mazik. Hassan Piker says in a just world, Kamala Harris would serve prison time over Israel. Hassan Piker says in a just world, Kamala Harris would turn herself into The Hague and serve prison time. I'm going to reply to Shannon once again. Shannon, you're once again proving your pro-Israel, proving yourself to be a Hasbara agent by posting Hen Mazig videos. Not sure why you're still mad I called out your clear bias on the issue of... She probably has half this chat blocked. I know. I love how unironically you agree with a Republican on Chinese cars. A Republican? You know that Republican is lying about trade protectionism, right? Republicans don't engage in trade protectionism. Donald Trump is the first Republican that has actually done any trade protectionism. Trade protectionism, especially as it pertains to American industry like the car manufacturing industry, has been a long-standing Democratic Party position. My argument on cars and the UAW has always revolved around the fact that we should be more competitive around the world, and we should try to outcompete China by being just like China, and we should make cars that are smaller in general. We should make cars that are more cost effective. What do you mean, right? Did you just hear a Republican fake? Did a Republican just fake you out? Do you think Republicans are the party of trade protectionism? Are you fucking stupid? What the hell's going on? Hello? Is your brain busted? Is this new for you? Is politics just like a new phenomena for you? American protectionism is inherently reactionary, and China never engaged in trade protectionism. Yes, Chinese international commerce is unironically hyper-capitalist. What the fuck are we talking about? What? The international trade design that we currently have is one that America wrote that literally did actually suck the jobs, the industrial base out of this country and sent it to China. Okay? When did Dengism imply trade protectionism? Dog, I'm an American citizen. What are we talking about? The whole point of this is, do you consider trade protectionism to be an actual right-wing position? It's not. Free trade is a right-wing position. Free trade is the fake dog whistle that American capitalists have deployed in an effort to justify it. Sometimes liberals, neoliberals have also went along with this free trade scheme. I don't care about Dengism from the perspective of developing a robust or protecting what remains of the American industrial base. You know? In any case, this is 100% a sock account we banned for being insufferable. I know. No, it's just funny that he tried to make it seem like Mike Rogers sincerely is an advocate. What is this? This person owes you $500? No, this person owes Matt Sheehan $500. The case for Hassan Piker is a Democratic asset assumes he is interested in political power, is willing to help Democrats. Neither are true. He's made no effort to build a movement, fight for a cause, mobilize his base. Nothing. Politics is to Hassan as $1 million is to Mr. Beast. Content. Says the vice chair of a useless center-left think tank that literally achieved nothing and will never be as popular. Keep tweeting about Hassan because that's the only way you gain a following. I will bet $500 that we have knocked more doors than all efforts coordinated by Hassan. Huh. Interesting. Has anyone checked in on Progress Libs and CN liberalism? Because, you know, they've been real quiet since this election cycle started. Literally, not one of these people are Democrats. Let me fade out. It's all the tanky left. What is this? Name one thing Hassan has done other than bringing someone on stream. He's Rachel Maddow for people who don't go outside. I think, explain how she's wrong. I think these guys basically engage in a, if I don't see it, then it's not real mentality. Not dissimilar to how Republicans behave, you know, no object permanence whatsoever. And I guess that's what it is, where they just try to maintain this grip on the false narrative that they have created, where they're like, he actually doesn't go outside, and if you don't look into it, just trust me, just take my word for it, he's never gone outside. This was their cope when Claire won in New York. Has helped win. If Hassan helped her win, then I was a Biden's 2020 campaign manager. Be real, he did nothing but stream with her, no different from a Fox News interview. Extremely annoying that this terminally online loser gets credit for helping campaigns when there are dozens of terminally online losers, meant endearingly, I'm one of them, who's done more than he has in his entire life to get progressives elected. So they do actually see me outside. And yet here she's saying, name one thing Hassan has other done than bring someone on stream. Huh. So for a lot of these guys, I mean, there's probably no better way to prove it, but for a lot of these guys, it's not about the truth at all. It's about maintaining a narrative. And for many of them, some of them have an ideological predisposition. This person is supposed to be like a neoliberal. They're tasked with promoting neoliberalism, which is hilarious. I feel like that's a dead cause, not dissimilar to, you know, Jonathan Greenblatt's initiatives of combating anti-Semitism. You know, just, it's not going to work. Okay, you're fucking it up. You're making it far worse for yourself and the cause that you ostensibly promote, right? At a certain point, though, their dwindling followers have to realize that they're being led astray. They're being led down this weird pipeline where they're just consistently wrong. Yes, this woman also joked about Pete Hegseth, like demanded Pete Hegseth murder one of the Cuban flotilla individuals, demanded that Pete Hegseth blow up their boat. So, you know. But yeah, they got nothing. So the only thing that they can point to, the only thing they can do is just like deny reality. Yeah, it's irrelevant. It's not enough. It's just funny because, like, obviously the campaigns and the politicians don't feel that way. Ironically enough, the campaigns and the politicians feel very differently, but they don't have to hear from them ever. They can, their job here is to just like maintain a narrative, maintain a certain narrative in their audience, a narrative that protects their ego, a narrative that protects their position. As long as it is not dissimilar to what Asmongold does, it's not dissimilar to what MAGA does. I think for a lot of people, they've basically realized that they can get away with just like consistently lying about things that are unfolding all around them, as long as their audience is not invested in any way, shape, or form in maintaining consensus reality. And unfortunately for many of us, a lot of people don't have that investment. Most people do not want consensus reality. They want their biases to be reaffirmed. And that's precisely the reason why it's genuinely reflecting pool politics. Yeah, everything is turned into the reflective pool. If you're a Republican, you look at the pool and you say, you know what? That's actually American flag blue, right? You look at the reflecting pool and you say, it's American flag blue. Or if it's green and covered in algae, it must be because the Democrats, the Democrat Party did that. They terrorized the pool. They should all go to prison, right? There's no investment in consensus reality on that side. It's a cult and we call it out. But there are many different cults taking shape all around the internet, right? This is one of them. There are a lot of people that do this exact same thing. They look at a situation and they try to find a way to maintain their posture, maintain their narrative, reassert the idea that, this guy's actually silly. He's silly. He's ineffective. It doesn't matter. Yeah. If any of these, God forbid, if any of these campaigns had lost, of course, they would immediately say, oh, they lost because they align with you. They lost because they align with you. But when they win, you played no role in it. You haven't done anything. All you do is just go out there and interview people. And that's what it is. It's kind of sad because I expect liberals to be a little bit better read than Republicans and to not behave in the same cult-like manner. But unfortunately, that's not the case. Yeah, you literally 4x canvasser turnout after you went to Colorado for Quiroz. Yeah, it's not even that. I mean, that's what the canvas leads were saying as well. I cannot get over the fact that they do this shit for a sex pest whose goal in life is to film himself consensually or not sucking and fucking anyone who will have him regardless of age. I know. I mean, that's one element of it. And I wish these people well. I hope they get out of this like weird cult